Welcome to the all-grain harvested yeast project. I started with one yeast starter, and I didn't see a whole lot of movement as far as bubbles go. I wanted to see if this was yeast that I had harvested and froze, and I replaced the airlock with a different airlock and a synthetic cork instead of that natural cork, and I think it was leaking gas. So I eventually did see some positive pressure and a little bit of foam on the top, so I figured it was alive. But I tasted it, and it tasted kind of funny, so I decided to make another one. Um, this is all the stuff I got ready, and I decided to film the whole process of it. This is the basin, the wash tub with the growler and the funnel, and this is the yeast when it's thawed, and this is when it's frozen in that little puck. It's my dry malt extract, the hand refractometer, and a fresh new gallon of Star San. And over here on the stove, we got the water ready to be heated. Don't know if it's heating. I think it is being heated. And of course, we're going to chill it down with the ice from the freezer. Now the water's boiling. On the stove, we're doing all this it's an all grain batch, all in the kitchen, so it's a smaller batch. I need to get some water to loosen up the yeast that's in that envelope, in that vacuum pack envelope. So I take some of the boiled water, it's only been boiling for a couple of minutes, and trust me, once it hits 212, bacteria don't want none of that action. So I take some of the water that I boiled and then put it in the ice bath in the sink to cool it down, so I can use that water to loosen up the yeast, so I can get it into the starter. And so we just kind of sit it in there until it feels like it's adequately cooled. Then I got to make the starter, so I take my cup of DME, put it in about 2 quarts of water, and dry malt extract is just really gummy stuff once it hits steam. So we start stirring it up with a spoon. I eventually switched from the spoon to a whisk just to integrate it all in. And yeah, it took a while. It took longer than I thought, longer than I remembered it taking. This is only the second or third starter that I made, so I'm not terribly versant in this. In my incredibly dirty kitchen that I have since cleaned, and I need to clean again. But I did, you chill it in the ice bath in the sink, and then I took a hydrometer reading. My dad was fortunate enough to have one of these things, which is really fun. And here we go, into the camera. Woo! This actually works frightfully well. It's easy to get a gravity reading when you first start out of the gate. About 10%, 1040 about, or thereabouts. And this is the finished yeast starter that I saw positive pressure in about a day, so I went ahead and used it. And this is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.